Hello everyone, my name is Uthris and welcome back to another episode of Banished. Right now we are in year 12. I have worked a little bit off camera, mainly trying to get our saw pit kind of finished doing what they were doing. It does take a while for lumber to be created in Colonial Charter, which is fine by me. The saw pit thing is really just for early game, because eventually what you have here is you have a production for an actual sawmill. If I remember where it is exactly, somewhere in here. Brickworks, potter, joiner, shipyard, cooper. Let's see, sawmill. There it is. So eventually we will be building one of these, which will hopefully make our lumber getting a little bit better. But I think you need hardwood for that, and we'll have to see about getting that. To get hardwood, all you really have to do is build a forester's lodge, I believe, of just that specific type. So you can do palm trees, new trees, hardwood, and hardwood new trees. So the new tree version is basically they only plant, they never cut down. Let's see, collects wooden logs or hardwood for small price of the civil thinning. I don't know what the logging barge is for specifically, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm gonna try and use every building and try and come to understanding pretty much the whole mod. We have a little bit to go still. Now this episode we will be moving outside of the main village right now. Right now we're at 15 adults, 3 students, and 8 children. So we are gaining population, which is great. We're gaining it fairly steadily. Our food supply is keeping up. Right now expanding is fine, though keep in mind there's all these empty houses, and if we start expanding too quickly, once we get a higher population, we could run into problems, and I'll have to reassign some people. But right now, 3 laborers, 1 builder in reserve is perfectly normal. So we're going to be working south of our kind of hunting, gathering, logging encampment, and we're going to be making plans for our long-term kind of production here for raw resources. And what we need is a mine, for one thing. It's a placer mine. A waterside method of harvesting precious metals such as gold and silver. A water sluice sort separates precious metals by weight. So that's very interesting that they have a sluice, salt works, for, I guess, getting salt. Surprise there. Precious mine to get gemstones. It does look different than the normal mine, which is cool. I'm all for that. But we need to try and fit our mine here along this mountainside, because mines do require placement along those things. And then I'm gonna make a small quarry. I've never really been able to populate a large quarry fully, and so I'm thinking this smaller one will do us just fine. So let me actually expand the road all the way down here, so we can see where all it lines up with everything else. Where's the mine that I wanted to place? Is it gone or something? Okay, it's right here. So there's a little bit of a gap. That's all right. Let's go ahead and get a small quarry. Large one is just a little redundant. And I can place it pretty much as close as possible there. We'll go ahead and speed up time. Once they clear out this little area, it'll probably be best to lay down some stockpiles as well. some, so they don't have to run all the way back to town to drop things off. Here's our quarry. We'll just put it along now, along both sides of our quarry. Just like that. We'll get the road built, and I want the hardwood kind of forester down here as well, kind of down here near the water, so the logger can do his thing. Because if we have the hardwood down here, we can, I guess, I don't know how it works, move hardwood up and down the river. Come on, laborers, you gotta clear the land so you can put your supplies here, so you don't have to run all the way back. It's really redundant to do it like that. Oh well, they'll get it done. They will totally get it done. Now, the little saw pit that we were using to make our smokehouse here, the smokehouse requires the meat, of course, a log, and a barrel. So, for barrels, you have to actually use Surprise the Cooper, and he's actually underway producing barrels, which is great. We're gonna try and test out the smokery here, probably right now, while we have kind of that thing. So we're gonna use venison cuts plus log plus a barrel. And I think that'll give us food. Let me just make sure, yes, it's venison that we get from our hunter. Now, can we use duck meat at all? Tallow, cheese, fish. Bison cuts. There's bison? Okay. Mutton, pork, beef. No, doesn't look like we have anything beyond venison right now. Which we'll get beef eventually. What's this? Not enough materials available. That's probably talking about venison at that point. Most of our food is still roots. I'm gonna swap one from the gatherer's hut and throw them into the hunter's lodge. We have the same amount of food production pretty much, in theory. This land is starting to get clear, which is great. And in fact, I'm going to actually just outright remove some more resources in the area. And then eventually I'll swap these stockpiles out for just stone. These ones by the quarry, and probably even around the back side of the quarry, I'll just do stone to give us a good amount of stone storage down here. Let's actually lay that out, because I can. Yeah, stone stockpile. Yep, I can stretch it all the way around. Great. Let's see, and then we got an iron stockpile that we can do. You know, maybe these side ones will be iron and the back one will be stone, because iron is used relatively less than stone. So stone is used in pretty much all or most buildings. Let's see, we got another child. Can I rename people in this game? I always forget. Let's see. Slow down the time a little bit. No. No, you cannot. Center the view on the home of the citizen, workplace, inventory. Yeah, no. I guess you can't name them, because I was going to ask for name suggestions just like timber and stone, but oh well. That'll just have to come back once we do the second season of Timber and Stone here at some point. Let's see. Don't really need to man the chapel just yet. Our school, all of our students graduated, so that's great. That'll increase our population as well, because they're actually in the workforce now. We went from 15 to 18 total laborers. And these guys do have a real lifespan, so, you know, they're going to be dying at around 75, 90 years old, depending. And so everyone's still relatively young. Let's just speed up the time again. And let's see. Food is still okay. Just having it slightly below the limit is good, because that basically allows for, you know, production of the food sources that we might need. Venison cuts. I'll tell you what, I don't have venison cuts. I don't know if that means butcher stalls. Chop meat into different kinds of meat products. So I believe I set up a stall of some kind for meat, right? Material stall, textiles, clothing, grain. And a llama butcher. We need a deer butcher, I guess. I mean, that's the type of meat we're trying to do here. It'll look like a nice little addition onto the smokehouse or something. More details added in here, just more trees, more barrels, because this is by the Cooper. So that's pretty cool. How many barrels do we got? 52. Just had to make sure our stockpiles don't get filled just by barrels in the long run. Let's head back down here. So our mine's done, which is great. We can look for iron or coal in it. We can actually upgrade it too, depending on what we want to do with it. We'll actually build the small quarry, which is great. And then I need to remove all these southern resources down here. Now the thing is, with our kind of resource gathering camp area, we're gonna need homes. You don't want people to walk too far from their home to get to work. That lowers efficiency a whole lot, and it means they have to run back to get food and then come back to work. It's not good. Not good at all. So how many people can work in a mine? I'm gonna say max 10. You know, you don't need more than 10 people, in my opinion. We'll see how many people at the small quarry, but at most, you know, maybe actually this should be 8. 8 people in the mine at most. And we need to dictate our hardwood forester. Come on, go. It looks like the hardwood actually uses this kind of tower thing, which is different. Place that all the way down here at the end, and we'll also put some stockpiles just for wood, I guess. There's no such thing as just a hardwood stockpile. Okay, and then on this side as well. Wrap it behind, just like that. Great. Whoa, the sudden change from freaking snow to spring. Guess that's what happens when you have it on times 10 normal speed. But yeah, these guys will need food. They will need firewood of some kind. So Let's see, to deal with that... Food refining? No. Trade buildings. So we might just get some stalls here. I think that'll be good. Fruit stall, vegetable stall, rural market. That's way too big. Small market. Don't want to mess with markets early. This is the thing that'll mess you up if you do it wrong, you know. But it would be nice to have kind of your general store equivalent. And a road surrounding this, and we're just going to surround this with homes, I think. Now I can do shacks, you know, and make it look fairly poor. You know, these guys are miners and not rich, wealthy landowners. And so you can just set up mining shacks here. Let's get rid of this one. This one, and come on, shack. Thank you. And a bit of. Let's see. Can't get any variation in there, but I can leave that. Maybe do something. We'll see what I can put in the middle there to balance that out. Then we can go to market again and small market. Just kind of the general store for the people. The general store guy can have a small barn as well. Actually, can I fit the small barn in here? Oh, perfect. There we go. That's how you build. Pure accident. That's how this is done. Alright, let's speed up time even more here. I'm gonna promote another builder. These guys need to hurry up and clear out this land. You know, it's far away from town. These guys are walking so far, they might be getting tired. So that's going a little slow. Check out our little deer butcher. Well, it's bloody, so I guess that's progress in some direction. Now it's complete. Whoa. It's an interesting menu. I don't understand that. Is this a menu of some kind, or what? I don't know. Let's just promote someone to it and see what it does. Well, I want the smokehouse to work this episode, for sure. I'm gonna see how the butcher works as well. And I can't wait till all the homes are filled, you know. Wow, just hardcore chopping away, aren't you, guy? So he's making sausages, which... and venison cuts. Okay. So, I think he carried over... and tallow. I don't know what tallow does. Explain to me, guy, what you use tallow for. Oh, and this person, smokehouse is working. Using those venison cuts. They both use a full axe, so that's something. Reserve tools are low, that's no good. Let's get our blacksmith rolling again. Right there, and work. Continue on, blacksmith. We need 100 tools. You've been commissioned yet again to do your job. Okay, so that'll be going. Oh, good. Our small quarry is done. And I can lower that down to about 8 people as well. You can upgrade the quarry, I guess, for more resource production. I don't know how much is in there, really. 100%. I only have a percent meter. I don't have an actual count tied to this. Our small little tiny shacks are going up. And let's see. I think for the hardwood, if you think about it, wood barons are very common place. And this, you know, I want something a little bit cooler for the hardwood guy. Town lodging. No. An officer's townhouse. Maybe. Only variant is having plastered sides, I guess. It's a little weird. Town abode. No. Large residence. Too fancy. Maybe it's just a stone house. Country house? Ooh, I like country home. Didn't I build one of these already before? I think I have one up there. Yeah, this is just fancy enough. So it was a good sign. Just enough fancy. We can put that right here. Continue the road out in this direction. This way as well. And we can just speed. Oh, okay, it's already at times 10. Let's go ahead and. Wow, I'm pretty sure my sim speed is going really slow for some reason. Huh. I don't know why. Oh well. I'm gonna do a little bit of skip for you guys, just so you know, even more progress is made this episode. I want that kind of whole area cleaned up and nice looking for you guys, and then we'll call it there. All right, everyone. So this is where we are. It has taken about a couple in-game years to kind of clean this area up, which isn't too bad. I mean, I could have, you know, definitely worked for even more hours on this, just adding more and more details. So we're going to do a quick run through of what we have here. We have our hardwood forester, which right now is only set to plant trees. We have his stone house because the other home requires material. So we can upgrade a stone house to a country house at some point, which is fine. We'll get there, essentially. So the lumber baron will have his home eventually. I do want to talk a little bit about this area in general. So with the tiny shacks and everything, it almost looked like a labor camp, to be honest. And so what I ended up doing was putting up some guard towers, putting a fence around the whole thing. Not a, you know, heavy fence by any means, just a simple wooden one. And eventually we'll probably upgrade the tiny shacks into tiny homes, just so they're a little bit better looking. But yeah, it gives off a pretty good vibe that, you know, it's very industrial and very protected. It's just like you're going to be working here and living here for quite a long time. Even add a little bit of a shoot, I forget, stockades, if I remember if that's the correct term for these things. Make it impassable, converts to non-road conforming, will allow the structure to remove the usual red. Okay. Threw in some carts underneath the little sheds here, and that is about it for this area. I think it looks fairly nice. It looks very much like a mining camp, so that's cool. Let's see, anything else to cover on this episode? Nope, I think that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you guys are enjoying the content, feel free to subscribe for more. Go ahead and check out my other videos. go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what kind of area you want to see next and how you might want to see it laid out. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.